Hey YouTube, Joeboy here. So, honestly, it's been a really long time since I've done any sort of channel update video. Part of that is just like algorithm based. I don't know how these videos affect the algorithm or other videos on my channel. YouTube has changed a lot since like 2016, where these things were common. But the other part of that is I can kind of be closed off about what's personally happening. I kind of feel like the more personal any of these videos get, the more it comes off as like bitching or whining or look at me, which kind of stops me from making them. But now is as good a time as any. So I don't really say this to sound some sort of alarm or concern anyone. It's just like communicating. My health over the past 2 years or so, I don't think has been particularly great, and it has really affected my channel. I don't really bring this up often, and I don't really intentionally try to hide it, but my memory is not doing great. And like the specifics of it are kind of weird. I get this question from time to time, and a lot of people kind of ask for this, JB, why don't you stream more? And the honest answer is it's because of my memory. Now, this has been a thing that I've been aware of for years now, so this is not like a new thing. But I was in a stream, I think it was with Hidden Island, I think he was doing some sort of charity event, but I was in a stream with other YouTubers where we were doing a trivia game. And I got possibly one of the most easiest and simple questions that you could possibly get as a One Piece fan. Name Zoro's swords. And I couldn't do it. But it's not because I don't remember what Zoro's swords names are. That knowledge exists in my brain. I just can't easily recall it. It's like this tip of the tongue effect. I'm sure everybody experiences this, but I experience it exponentially more than most everybody else. Certainly other people that are YouTubers. This is something that over the years it's just gotten worse, and it's pretty freaking frustrating. The thought exists in my brain. I know that I can recall it. But then on the spot, I can't. Well, I try to figure out, am I going to recall this right now or not? Give me a few seconds. Is it coming to me? No, it's not coming to me. Okay. And it totally breaks the flow of conversation. So naturally, if you have an issue with something or my specific issue here, you try to compensate for it. It's not that I have forgotten. If you gave me multiple choice, I would do pretty well. It's about recalling specific details without needing a reminder. Ultimately, my memory is pretty good when it comes to generalities. I can 100% tell you how I felt about something, or my thoughts or impressions while reading something. But what specifically happened down to details, it's not gonna happen. So when making videos over the last few years, I've kind of gravitated towards things that are more accomplishable for me. Being general or being vague, being less detailed, helps me make content. And this is kind of the state of YouTube right now, but making content matters. We'll talk more about like One Piece on YouTube in general, but there was an algorithm shift sometime in the last 2 years where basically, not very many people are gaining subscribers anymore. Not for long-form content. Certainly not like they were before. Excluding people who really caught on with shorts. So pretty much the only consistent way to gain subscribers with One Piece content right now is by releasing new videos. Any subscribers that you get, or the majority of the subscribers you get, are basically shortly after a video is released. More videos, or more good videos released quickly, equals more subscribers. Specifically, recent subscribers, which are actively watching your channel. And so more active subscribers matters, because as far as like the YouTube algorithm is concerned, having that baseline of active people actually watching your content, clicking the bell, determines if your videos are recommended to people who are not subscribed, and also recommended to people who subscribed, but perhaps don't watch every video. I get this comment pretty frequently now, but there's a lot of people that see a video of mine and are like, wait, this is the first time that you've been recommended to me for a while, and they are actually subscribed. And in my opinion, simplified as much as possible, it largely comes down to your notification squad. And I'm also probably hurt because I have a channel which I think is geared towards more of an adult audience. Something absurd like 96% of my audience is over 25. People who are over 25 have less free time, so they're less likely to watch a video when it is released, and more likely to watch it something like a week later, when it is no longer being recommended to them even if they are subscribed, to remind them that, hey, there's a video that I'm kind of interested in, I just didn't have time for. So this is in essence the game being played, and I think that this helps explain why my memory issues are kind of a problem. Having to constantly remind myself of things that I already know, or relearn things I already know, makes the process of making videos take exponentially more time. Okay, I have this thought. Why do I have this thought? Reread the arc. Oh yeah, these were the things that contributed to me having this thought. 1 week later. Or on the flip side, maybe I cut some corners. Let's not reread the whole arc to find everything that contributes to it, all of the details, but find a few that make a persuasive enough argument so that I can move on. But this also has an effect on the quality of the content. People, they want these sorts of details. So it's kind of a lose-lose in the race against time. And I think that all of this kind of put together is why my channel really hasn't grown substantially for years. It's frankly a miracle that I've been able to keep the audience that I already had, although the active subscribers continues to decrease. But yeah, it should go without saying that depending on how the videos are actually doing determines how much I can invest in the product in terms of actual resources. I get comments from time to time about why didn't I do this or why don't your chapter reactions have legitimate editing. And I think that what a lot of people don't get right now is that some of the top One Piece channels like Grand Line and like Ohara and Anime Balls Deep and Anime Uproar, they are entire companies. Believe it or not, and I know this for a fact, some top One Piece channels, the creators that you associate with those channels, don't do anything but read a script that somebody else writes for them and somebody else edits the video for them entirely. 4 or 5 editors, 4 or 5 artists. Not writing chapter reviews means you can make well-produced content quickly. Just to illustrate how nasty this business can be, and how bereft of integrity. Some people are here because they love it, some people are grifters. So for a while there, I tried to keep up with them by improving the production of my videos. But without the rate of upload and the love from the algorithm, this kind of thing is just not sustainable. Not even if I do everything in my power to try and come up with awesome new videos that I think that you would enjoy. And that I know that you enjoy because analytics-wise, the videos are great. Things like watch time are amazing. But yeah, it's because of this that we're going to return to the older style of editing for this channel. It's basically going to look like videos that I made 5 years ago. But at the same time, this probably means that the rate of upload is not going to improve. It will most likely get worse, which in turn will have an effect on the amount of time, which is another resource, the amount of time that I have to dedicate to the channel. It's all kind of a slippery slope which leads to the death of Joyboy Theories, the channel. It's just reality. But no matter what happens, I just want you guys to understand that I am going to continue to grind as much as I can. Not just for the sake of the channel, but just because the fact that I love One Piece. This began as a pursuit of passion, and it will forever remain that way. I actually feel like I'm literally incapable of making videos that I do not want to make. But yeah, I hope that none of this comes off as ungrateful, because that's definitely not the impression that I want to give you. Overall, this channel, in respect to other One Piece channels, is like, it's doing fine. Tens of thousands of people consistently watch, and that is crazy and awesome. I absolutely despise the state of YouTube, but I recognize that I have it better off than some others. When Randy Troy makes an hour-plus long video about Elbaf and about Norse mythology and the algorithm totally stifles it, you just feel sad. At the end of the day, I think that the YouTube algorithm changed, it shifted. That occurred because they wanted to emphasize anime and manga as children's content. So those who are capturing an appeal to children rise, while more thoughtful or nuanced content is slowly falling, ultimately affecting what people think that they will get when they see a One Piece video recommended. The top channels are essentially a gateway to everybody else getting views. So when the top channels are geared to children, that becomes who everybody else needs to appeal to have an audience at all. But yeah, maybe you can tell right now why I think that like a channel update or this sort of video feels like whining to me. I'm almost kind of annoying myself. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Adapt or die. Half of me is like, these are just excuses, bro. And the other half is like, well, I want to explain things because I enjoy explaining things. Who knows, suddenly there's another algorithm shift and then suddenly the dynamics are totally different. That could happen. In terms of whether or not you see any of our videos, we are at the mercy of the algorithm. So yeah, let's cut away from this BS. My memory isn't the only health issue that I've been dealing with in the last year. It turns out for a long time, I was like critically dehydrated, probably because of drinking too much coffee and not enough water. But it actually got pretty bad to the point I started thinking to myself like, am I dying? Legitimate thought. Aside from general energy issues, my body was like tensing, mummified in real time. And I was also having issues breathing, which hurt me most as I tried to sleep at night. Basically something like sleep apnea. I would wake up, I couldn't get a full night's sleep. This affected my sleeping patterns and I was never well rested, which then compounded all of these issues such as energy. Long story short is it was kind of sort of scary, but as it turned out, it was kind of a simple issue. I needed to drink more water. So I wouldn't normally say something like this for the sake of saying it. I felt like there was like a moral here. Even if you do not feel thirsty, drink more water. From personal experience. I am much better now. Although I do wonder if this had some kind of long-term effect on my brain, sadly. But to end this video on a positive note, this is Joyboy Theories, not Sad Boy Theories. It's not all doom and gloom. I feel so old. I'm getting married soon, which is stressful, but also exciting. I'm not entirely sure if I've said this in a video, but I know that I've said this elsewhere. But for everyone who's commented and told me congratulations and all that stuff, I genuinely appreciate it. Total strangers coming through like that just makes you feel loved. And that's the best part of having a channel. And as far as the booms is concerned, for those that want an update about that, a lot of things that we talked about in this video have had an effect on me writing my book, obviously. And it actually played a part in finishing the book as well. When I started it, I was in a good financial situation where I could essentially put my channel on the back burner and dedicate more of that time and that brain power to my own writings. But obviously there's a cost benefit here. The more time that I spend on my book, the less time that I spend on my channel and vice versa. And right now I'm really just trying to keep my channel alive. But when I get back to a more stable place, you better believe that we are going to continue, because the booms was awesome, and I do not regret for a moment having written it. But yeah, I would say that I'm officially tired of this video, although I felt like I needed to make it. I appreciate everybody for coming through, and as always, have a wonderful day.